Hello, this is Professor Brandon again, and now we are ready to start talking about what is called the philosophy of mind. It's a part of philosophy that deals with the mind and really, in some ways, the relationship of the mind to the body. Because it appears that we have a body, right? And now we can use our senses to ascertain this, but it also appears to us through introspection, right? Through consciousness, that we have a mind, and it's not clear if they're the same thing or something different. So it's not clear what the mind-body relationship is. And this seems like a very important relationship in terms of understanding what reality is like. And so today we're going to talk about the mind-body relationship in this video. And I want to start with 4 statements about minds and bodies. So let's go to those. And here are the 4 statements. And what we're going to do here is we're going to kind of go through each of these statements individually, think about each one individually. And then in the next slide presentation, we're going to start to think about them as a group and what they mean in terms of the truth of each statement. But right now, we're going to look at them individually. And so we're going to start and go through each one individually and think about just whether it's true or not. Just intuitively, does it seem to be true or not? That's all we're going to think about and kind of what it means. And so let's go to the first of these. Number 1. Bodies are material or physical things. Here, material and physical are going to mean the same thing. So bodies are material things. What does that mean? Well, they're made out of matter. They take up space. They have mass. Descartes would say they're extended changeable things. And before you engage in any philosophy, what would you say about such a statement? You would say that it is true. And it's Descartes' old view of bodies, right? We know our bodies are physical because we can touch them and see them and all of that. And so we're going to say bodies are material things. We're going to say that statement is true. So we're going to say the first statement is true. Let's go to the second statement. Minds are immaterial or spiritual things, if you like. Doesn't matter, whatever you want to call it. They're immaterial, they're not material. And when you're saying that minds are immaterial, you're contrasting them with that other statement about bodies. And why do we think that minds are immaterial? We think they're immaterial because they don't seem to be like bodies. They don't seem to be material things. We can describe a material thing by talking about its size, height, weight, shape, color. We do not talk about minds like that. You cannot say your mind is blue and it weighs 3 pounds and it's 12 inches tall. That makes no sense. That seems like a category mistake. You're not talking about the right kind of thing. That's like talking about the smell of a color. Colors don't have smells. Minds don't have material qualities because they are not material things. Then they must be immaterial things. Again, prior to philosophical analysis, this statement seems to be true. And so it looks like the first 2 statements are true. Let's go to the third statement. Minds and bodies interact. So what does it mean to interact? Well, what does inter mean? That means between. So now we have action between things. What does action mean? To act on something is to affect it, right? So when one billiard ball strikes another, the first billiard ball is affecting the second, right? Making it move. The second one's also affecting the first, right? Makes it stop. And so there's definitely interaction there between the billiard balls. So we're going to say interaction is when there's cause and effect relationships going both ways between the things or objects. So to say that your mind interacts with your body is to say that the mind can cause effects in the body and the body can cause effects in the mind. For instance, if you wiggle your fingers, what's doing that? The mind's causing it. So the mind is acting on the body. And if you step on a tack, say with a bare foot, right? That's going to cause pain where? In the mind, in the foot, but also in the mind. And so there you have mind-body interaction. And it seems that minds and bodies do interact, right? It just seems like that's what's happening. We control our bodies with our minds, and our bodies affect our minds. So number 3 seems true. Remember, we're taking each one of these individually. So let's go to number 4 now. And remember, we're thinking about this by itself. What would you say about this in general? Material and immaterial things do not interact. Now, think about this generally, right? Think about your mind and its interaction with physical stuff. right? Can you bend a paperclip with your mind? No, you cannot. Even if you stare at it a lot, it won't work, right? Why not? Because your mind is immaterial, it seems, and your body and the paperclip is material, right? And so it doesn't seem that in general, material and immaterial things interact. And you see this problem in any movie that is a ghost movie that has ghosts in it, because the ghosts, for the movie to be interesting, the ghosts have to do what? The ghosts are immaterial and they need to interact with physical stuff. And there's always a great effort made to explain how they do this because it seems quite mysterious. If a ghost can pass through a wall, then how can it pick up, right, a chain and rattle it? All right. And so taken by itself, number 4 also seems to be true, right? And so we looked at these 4 statements. They all seem to be true. That's going to lead to a problem, though, in the next slide presentation. All right, so that's all I have for those 4 statements. And we're going to go on to some different views about philosophy of mind in the next video.